Hey guys, I am back again for another Jurassic World Mattel Tour review. We're back at it with the Hammond collection, and right off the bat, I finally got the Hammond collection Therizinosaurus while it was on sale because, again, never buying these figures at full price. I'm just going to stick with their sales price. This, after all the videos I've seen or all the pictures I've been seeing, this is like, without a doubt, 100% a major improvement over the original one. Even though I already thought the original version was a good figure, I have no real issue other than the action feature or certain things that didn't quite work out well with the original version. But this one right here, now we got an actual movie accurate version of the Therizinosaurus from Jurassic World Dominion. Definitely exciting to take a look at this. And later on, the Giganotosaurus is next because it's coming pretty soon. So yeah, you bet I'm definitely taking a look at that. I'm more excited for that. But before we do, we gotta take a look at the Hammond Collection package. Looks pretty dang good, just as usual as any typical Hammond Collection release, but it's also the improved version, which shows the figure in the front a lot better. I mean, in terms of the digital image that they showed, it looks pretty good. You got the Therizinosaurus logo right there, the Hammond Collection logo, all the typical Hammond Collection aesthetics in this pretty much like medium-sized big box, I guess. Over here, you got the Jurassic logo right there in that really cool looking containment-like setting right there, or at least dinosaur containment. Then you got the Hammond Collection banner up at the top, the dino again over here, a Jurassic World Dominion logo, that iconic Jurassic World Dominion logo that I still really like. Over the side, you got the Hammond Collection logo again, this one. And then at the back, got the other digital render of the Therizinosaurus looking really fantastic, along with a forest backdrop, which again is a nice addition to add in there, along with a little bio right there, which you might not be able to see perfectly, but you can see it right there. And then you got a little bit closer detail of the glass eye that it has, which should look pretty good. And then another digital render, which is pretty much the same as one of the renders on the side of the package. And then you got the other figures to collect on the side, which is Claire Deering, which kind of a little 50-50 on this one. I mean, it's nice that we're getting another Claire Deering figure, especially another one from Fallen Kingdom, but I guess everybody was expecting one from the first Jurassic World, which would have been fantastic because the first Owen figure we have for the Hammond Collection was based on the first Jurassic World. So it was a missed opportunity, but still great nonetheless that we have another Claire Deering figure coming out. And then you got Velociraptor Delta, Pyroraptor, which, yes, I'll definitely be getting the Pyroraptor, and the Giganotosaurus, which will be coming soon. Now let's go ahead and take this figure out of the package and take a closer look. Alrighty, so we have the Jurassic World Dominion Hammond Collection Therizinosaurus out of her package. This is truly magnificent. Literally the perfect Therizinosaurus without a doubt. And I had to move the original figure out the way because this figure definitely just, well, in terms of its posing, it looks like it's dwarfing the original already. But if I want to make an early comparison already, let's just go ahead and take a look at how different this is. I know the posing is obviously a lot different, like because I've got the figure standing up a little bit more taller. But seriously, just the massive difference is so obvious. I mean, the biggest difference going right off the bat is the way the head looks and the way some features of the body look. Like, some parts of the original figure are overly feathery, like this area right here. It's not like that on this one. And not to mention, the head definitely looks a little bigger on the original than it did the new version. So if anything, there's like tons of differences right off the bat, even paint application wise. This figure is still pretty good, but it does have its biggest issues, especially the, well, that action feature. Still fun while it lasts. But really, overall, this right here is just peak Hammond Collection, or just peak design in general in action figure form. I hope you don't fall over. You're too good to fall over, there. There we go. But yeah, this figure is super magnificent. So excited to take even closer look at this figure. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the head sculpt. Like, as usual, the head sculpt is fantastic for the Hammond Collection type of dinosaurs. If I would, because the claws are kind of getting into the box. But as you can see, here is the head sculpt of the Therizinosaurus. It's just beautiful. Might not be able to see the glass side too good because of the way the camera is, but you can definitely see the slit pupil right there because it's rotating in different directions. It's looking that way, and it's looking the other way. It's definitely turning, so you might not be able to see perfectly. It's like it's on its own, but it should be able to pick up just fine if you look very closely, but not be able to see it in good lighting because, again, this is not particularly the best choice, but at the same time, not particularly the terrible choice either. Here is a closer look at that eye. As you can see, that's like the best I can give. Of course, the pupil turns every time I turn from the different directions, so you might not be able to see the pupil in certain angles, but it looks really cool. It's just very cool looking, but as you can see, the head sculpt is film accurate. It's still a missed opportunity that it didn't make it the blind-eyed rendition, like make the eye a little blurry, a little bit brighter as far as I'm concerned, but I guess a little customizing will work, but I don't want to mess up my Therizinosaurus. I'll just leave it alone as it is. And also, the looking into the detailing inside the mouth right there, you see that the detailing is just as usual, pretty decent for what I can see. It looks pretty good, but you might not be able to see it in perfect lighting. I mean, there's no texturing the tongue. That's a little bit of a disadvantage, but it's not that much of a deal breaker. What really shines on this head sculpt is definitely the paint applications, because they definitely got it looking exactly like how it looks in the film. And the detailing of that head looks pretty nice, along with the little fur pouch or whatever, the feathery like body. Everything about it looks pretty good. The red airbrushing as we go down definitely looks a lot better than the original version, and it just looks pretty nice overall. Going further down, we can just see how incredibly detailed this figure is in general. Like, they definitely did not skimp out on how good the figure should look like, and all the red highlights around the feathery body. It's just incredible. Like, it's just, this looks so much better. Just can't help but just gush at how much better this looks. It's just, overall, they definitely did a fantastic job on this Therizinosaurus in terms of detailing the arms right here, which is also articulated as well. I mean, the typical standard, the articulation of the Hammond collection, is that they're super articulated, and it's pretty nice that the claws are even articulated too, so that's very incredible. Just also the highlights of the paint detail over here on the scoots and on the claws in general, giving it that weared out look. That looks really, really good. Like, just can't get over how incredible this figure is in person. It's also got some airbrushing underside, like right here around the arms and everything. Definitely a nice touch. It's also more detailing texture right there for the dinosaur, because it's not a great figure without the texturing, because it really needs it, especially for this premium scaled figure. And going even further down, see more detail down here on the legs and the feet. They're nicely done. Also, the toe claws are painted, which is a plus, but the dew claws is for some reason not painted, but I can forgive that. I don't really care about that much. Going over here down the tail, it's also nicely painted just as much. Everything goes all the way down to the tail as it should. It's also very rubbery, and it's got a little wire as well inside that, so you can definitely pose the tail as usual with the Hammond collection figure. Same details over here applied to the other side. Looking very fantastic as usual. Just overall looks so good. It's a massive improvement over the original one. Just can't get over that. They painted in the beak too. That's also something that really mattered, because the original one didn't have the painted in beak. I think that should be good. Yeah, that just looks so good. Just looking at this, it just looks so good. I really love this. I can't get over this. I'm just posing around with it now. It's like, wow, this is incredible. I just don't know why we didn't get the mainland version to look like, you know, the film version, but at the same time, it's just so cool. Okay, one more time, I'm gonna bring in the original one. As you can see, it's like the scaling over here is just definitely one difference. And then I'm gonna bring out Claire Deering from Jurassic World Dominion, seeing the actual scale and how it really matches up against the Therizinosaurus figures right here in between. I mean, yeah, it's safe to say that the Therizinosaurus from the Hammond collection is much more accurately scaled. It's a huge creature compared to the mainline version. It's funny how they both are good, but at the same time, this is just the best. Like, without a doubt, hands down. And while I'm waiting for my Hammond collection Giganotosaurus to come in, I'll go ahead and compare my mainline Giganotosaurus to the Therizinosaurus of the Hammond collection. Now, of course, it's definitely bigger, like in terms of scaling, but at the same time, it's like, it's not like too big compared to the Giga. I mean, the Giga is obviously longer, but it's almost in the same scaling. I mean, it's just, yeah, I just can't wait for the new one to come out, because as much as I definitely did like this old version that we got, we are desperate for the upgrade, because I knew they were going to make the upgrade, but I'm so glad that they did, because, you know, this version is clearly based off of some concept rendition, like before they made any finishing touches and retouched that head, because, yeah, I can't wait for the new one. Right now, as I'm filming this video, the Giganotosaurus is coming today in the mail. And by that point, I'm gonna be making that video tomorrow and then straight up editing and like getting ready to post that. I mean, god dang it, I'm so excited for this. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this Hammond collection review of the Jurassic World Dominion Therizinosaurus. Everything has already need to be said. I didn't have to go over too much over this figure because it's just overall a perfect figure. The articulation is great. It's fun to pose around. It's a massive upgrade over the original mainline version from 2 years ago. And it's just the best Therizinosaurus you could possibly have, hands down. I mean, it's just overall very good. I mean, yes, of course, there are some things that don't do justice on camera when it comes to the eye and everything, but I'm pretty sure to tell you that the eye looks pretty dang good. In certain angles, it doesn't look too bad. And everything about this Therizinosaurus is like, again, definite recommendation. Definitely pick this one up. It's just such a fantastic Jurassic World Dominion figure. So I'm glad to have this in my collection. And I'm definitely looking forward to reviewing and taking a look at that Giganotosaurus. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be seeing you guys later.